AEW Full Gear is just a couple days away, but first, gotta talk about this particular program. But where to start? Why don't I start at the beginning, and when I get to the end, I'll stop. I'm John Renton with my review of AEW Dynamite from the Salamander Arena in Reading, Pennsylvania. I know that's not the name of the arena. Work with me, trying to have a little bit of fun. Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. My AEW Full Gear predictions will be recorded right after this review is done. So if anything happens in the interim, I apologize for not having the clairvoyance to see into the future. So, yeah, the capacity for the Salamander Arena was around 7,160, according to Wikipedia, and they had less than 3,000 people there. That's the venue debut. Good job. They're running smaller arenas, I'll say that much, and the crowd actually was pretty lively because, well, there was less space for everything to echo throughout. So, Excalibur, Shivani, and Matt Menard on commentary. Just run a static feed because it would just be about as beneficial. Shivani, who I don't mind, doesn't really contribute on commentary. Menard is so fucking annoying, I want to mute the goddamn television. Excalibur is so goddamn inept, I just want to throw my television out the goddamn window. So they had November Rain, playing over a video to hype up Full Gear because Tony Khan decided to spend the rights for November Rain. Yeah, I can believe it, but I also can't believe it because, you know what, never mind. Don't use that money to get competent bookers and step aside so the program will make sense. Look, it's a go-home show for a pay-per-view, so I didn't expect much. And there were things on this show that could have worked, but then they just wouldn't let go. And nevertheless, an all-star 8-man tag, we had Ricochet, Mark Davis, Will Ospreay, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs doesn't mean shit. They might as well have not brought him back. It just took a couple weeks for him not to matter. They took on Takeshita, Fletcher, Lance Archer, and Brian Cage. Referee Rick Knox, so why even have a ref? Seriously, why have a goddamn referee? I hate to be negative right out of the goddamn gate because I don't have anything against any of the particular people in this. Rick Knox is a terrible referee. He needs to be fucking fired. Or at the very least, put backstage and, I don't know, maybe they could use him as a mummy to come out. He could be like the Yeti. Is that a head he's got on or a stump? They brawl. There's no psychology. They did shit. Hobbs was taken out at one point because his knee's bad. And he comes back later. There's meat chance when he runs into everybody. And then Aussie Open clashes. Oh boy, that means something for like the 10 people to care about that team. And Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher were a good team, but they... Whatever. Fletcher really does look like a discount Randy Orton. And it's not even that he's... it's not that he's bad. I actually think that they're trying to vary up his look, and that's okay, but I just can't unsee it. The crowd was louder than usual. Takeshita ended up pinning Mark Davis. Okay, put Takeshita in a meaningful feud, please. I'm begging you. So Moxley and Co., or the Death Riders. Yeah, they ride death all the way to the... They just ride the ratings of death, basically. Ride them into the goddamn ground. They're in the back of some, I don't know, delivery truck. Claudio yells in Swiss. Darby then basically says, "Today is your day." Well, that's inspirational. So, the Continental Classic, or Continental Classic, is returning. Once again, please just stop. God damn it, Excalibur is terrible. It's returning next week. Their G1 style tournament. Renee is with the Hurt Syndicate. So they have an announcement. Lashley's going to wrestle tonight, and then suddenly somebody attacks them with a chain punch. Oh my god, it's Swerve in a big old coat. More on that later. So, Orange Cassidy, or rather Orange Colsity, because they're kind of looking, one looks orange and one apparently is freshly squeezed. He's out here, and then O'Reilly shows up and basically says, look, stop with this obsession of, MJF, just stop. We don't want to see you get hurt. Your ankle's all this, and it's about friendship, and that was bad. This was really, really bad. Stop making everything about, we respect you, all this stuff. Yes, you can have friends. Nothing wrong with having alliances. But god damn it, it's almost the same thing for every feud, or every, we're trying to prevent you from hurting yourself. The only one that's getting hurt by Adam Cole right now is any fan that still wants to have on the rose-tinted asses and not realize that he shouldn't be doing this. Bless the guy. He should not be doing this. Don't have O'Reilly cut a long promo either. So then Orange Cassidy basically tells his friends, Rocky Romero and Mark Briscoe, hey, don't come out. Don't come out and help me at Full Gear. They don't even come out and help me tonight. Well, Briscoe says, well, no, but Orange says, promise me you'll stay away. God, I wish I could sometimes. I wish I could quit you, boy. No, that's half the way I expected they were going to say. Statlander took on Sheeta. Look, these two worked hard. This actually probably was the best goddamn match of the night, to be perfectly honest. There was really no build beyond Sheeta. Let's get back to the Promised Land. And Statlander has a shot against Mercedes Moné for Saturday. And if she wins, she promises Sheeta will get the first title shot. So, I wish Sheeta would kick me in the face. And two, I wish that somebody would throw me around like Statlander threw her. I don't have issues. You have issues. They did good near falls. Some good action. And eventually a Tombstone won it 1-2-3. Not bad. Enjoyable. Again, probably the best work match of the night. And then Mercedes and Camille show up and just, God, Mercedes, go to fucking goddamn Hollywood, you goddamn untalented twat. Get the fuck out of wrestling. I can't take it anymore. Every time I hear her talk, I just honest to God wish that, like, if anybody saw Gladiator 2, I wish that would happen to me. If you know, you know. It would be less painful than listening to her. And the fans are yelling shut the fuck up at her. Because they don't care. Because she's not good. Because she's a waste of money. Camille got beat up. Camille, they might as well just send Camille back home. Just send Camille back home, pay her the length of her contract, and just let her go to WWE. They've already killed her. Good fucking job, Tony. You had her on the sidelines for so goddamn long. You had potential here, and you fucked it up. So, Mercedes then, I don't know what she was trying to do with Statlander, but she was hanging on her and everything and trying to do the backstabber thing and just... Then eventually a Tombstone. Luckily, Mercedes doesn't have any goddamn brains in her skull, so it didn't hurt her. Then backstage, we have MVP and Shelton. They attack somebody they think is Swerve, wearing Swerve's coat. It wasn't him. We get a Jay White and Hangman Page package. We go to Lashley beating up Joe Keys and Cheeseburger. You can have Cheeseburger. That's right. That's a goddamn data reference, even for me. Cheeseburger got a big pop. He got thrown around. Joe Keys basically tapped out to the Hurt Lock. There you go. Swerve music. Here's Nana with a chair. MVP and Shelton go to him. Or rather, Shelton looks like he's going to go towards him. Then suddenly Swerve comes out from under the ring. Was anybody paying attention? Evidently not. He did hit Lashley, MVP, and Shelton with chain punches. Hit a house call on Lashley. I still think Lashley's going to win this Saturday, and he should. Renee is with Mariah and Mina. My goodness. My fucking goodness. They had to edit Mariah here because she said, I take shit and make it shine. But then they shook it all around, which was nice. I don't blame them. They know how to get attention. Mariah is talented, though I wish they gave her a meaningful feud. Mina Shirakawa actually is pretty good in the ring, but it's hard to ignore the assets. So Darby then comes out to a pop. Claudio comes out through the crowd. Darby and Claudio, as far as the David Goliath match, this was good, but it also fell into the trap of going a little bit too far and a little bit too long. Like, yeah, Darby got beat up a bunch, but I don't know. Claudio is a beast, throwing Darby around, threw him in the guardrail, clotheslined him over the guardrail. Darby dove to a pop. I can't stand Menard on commentary. Just stop it. And then a top rope gut wrench. That was just freaking beautiful. And then Darby gets tossed into the steps and then tossed over the announcer's table. And then Claudio clears that off and press slams Darby over the barricade into the timekeeper's area. And the referee waits about 2 years before starting to count, and Darby manages to get back in, but then gets hit with a lariat 1, 2, 3. So I guess as far as right result, good. I mean, I have nothing against Claudio getting a win. Darby doesn't take that many losses, but whatever. Renee is a private party. This is about Full Gear. And then this father and son duo, apparently Big Boom AJ and Big Justice, apparently they're referred to as the Costco guys. That's what a friend of mine told me. I don't know who they are. I don't have anything against them. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know why the fuck this is. But whatever. MJF then pulls up to a beat up building. A homeless guy asks for change. He throws it and says fetch. And then starts cutting a promo about Adam Cole being fragile and Roderick Strong not being able to beat him. And brought up this line about Roderick Strong's parents. I wish your mother who shot your father had shot you instead. You know, maybe MJF should have signed with WWE, because I hate to say it, but honestly, him having a fresh coat of paint might not have been the worst thing in the world, because I was excited when he came back. I don't think this is going to work. I just don't. This feud with Roderick Strong, who hasn't meant anything. Speaking of which, Shivani brings them out. This is after AJ and his kid do a promo. Whatever. Apparently that AJ guy used to be a wrestler, according to a friend of mine. Good for him. Just like QT claims to have once had a personality. So anyway, Shivani then brings out Strong, Taven, and Bennett. MJF will pay for all of this. I don't even think MJF has the bankroll to basically pay back the fans that have had to put up with, terrible promos like this. Recaps of, basically, of Garcia and Jack Perry and Menard getting in a tussle, and then Perry being, strapped to the hood and driven out. As if Matt Menard on this show wasn't bad enough, now we got him holding the camera like he's in the Blair Witch. And we cut to a video of Menard and Garcia torturing Perry for answers or whatever. Where are the police? Where are the police? Why is any of this going on? I mean, Garcia, bless him, says he just wants to wrestle, but this place is run by savages. No, it's run by idiots. It's run by goddamn idiots. Because it doesn't need to make money, because they have some guaranteed TV money, even if the audience continues to drop and the crowds continue to drop. Jack has not sacrificed shit. And then Garcia has a crowbar and hits the bus a little bit because he doesn't want to go there. And then Jack Perry's like, that's it? Which kind of summarizes this whole goddamn show. That's it? And then Garcia leaves and Menard's wondering what the hell's going on. And was Jack Perry ever rescued? I don't care. And then Jericho and Tomohiro Ishii are sitting at a table, just like almost a signing table, in a locker room to do the contract signing for the Ring of Honor Championship match that's going to happen next week. This is literally the entire segment. They decide, we don't want to sign here. Let's walk out there. So they walk out there, and then the goons show up, and then more goons show up, and Jericho gets laid out. Who was this for? What is any of this Jericho stuff for? Just stop. Just stop, Tony. Just pay him his contract and send him home. Seriously. He could get more value out of his television by just paying Jericho off. Renee is with Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter doesn't know why Julia Hart has done this stuff, because she's never really interacted with her. And then we cut to a Julia Hart video where she's taking up archery. Julia Arch, as it were. And meanwhile, Brody King's voiceover is just saying, you need to come back home. You're the princess of the House of Black. But what is any of this for? Who is this for? Orange Cassidy then took on Wheeler Yuta in the main event, where he beat him, and then we got a beat down where the Blackpool Wombat Club or the Death Riders or Right Said Mox, whatever, tape Orange Cassidy's hands in his pockets and tape around and everything and beat him up, and then the goons show up. That's the go home Dynamite for Full Gear. I fear they're going to give it to Orange Cassidy. God forbid if they do. God forbid if they do. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.